Hello and welcome to How to Helen, where you learn something different every day. In this episode, I'll be reinstalling a passenger fender liner on a 2019 Toyota CHR. The background on this car is a friend's relative was out of town when she started hearing a loud rattling noise underneath the car. She immediately had it towed to a mechanic to prevent further damage. According to her, the loud rattling sound sounded like a helicopter, similar to this sound produced by Sofia Vergara.
I'm not gonna get in this flomba, that guy that could fix our car.
The mechanic did not find anything wrong with the car, even though she clearly described a loud rattling noise, so she was afraid to drive it back. So I was called to rescue the car from the mechanic shop, which is 2 hours away from here. At the end of this video, I will post a few clips from the trip and the original plan for this video. But for now, let's address the fender liner issue. The car was at the mechanic shop for more than a week, and they said they did not find anything wrong with the car. I do find it disappointing that the mechanic did not do a diligent job on troubleshooting the issue with this car. Because I just had the car for 15 minutes and I already see that the fender liner was loose, and I know that this is the one that's hitting the tire when it's in the highway, like this. Here is a closer look of the fender liner. And as you can visually see, it is not held in its position. And when you look at the front bumper, it looks like it hit a curb or a sidewalk, which caused the fender liner to come out of its position. To secure the fender liner in its place, we're gonna jack up the car and take out the wheel for easier access. For safety, make sure you choke the wheel whenever you jack the car up. I ordered all the clips that I needed from Toyota Parts online, but they still haven't arrived. Thankfully, Amazon never fails to deliver. I did order all the available clips that I found so that I don't have to do this again later. If you don't want to take out the wheel, turn the wheel all the way to the right so you may be able to access the fender liner and all the clips and retainer locations that you need. You can see I can fit my hand in there and start putting clips where they are missing. Now we're gonna start putting clips where they're missing and replace the broken ones like this one. I'm taking this one off to compare with the retainer clips that I bought and make sure it's the same size and measurements. This one screw went through the fender liner due to the fender liner getting ripped off. So we're gonna put an extra washer on this so that it would put the fender liner back in its position. Make sure that this front fender liner is behind this side fender liner. Otherwise, it would start flapping outside again when you are driving on the highway. This is the retainer clip from Toyota, and this is the one from the set that I bought. This is the closest one I found, so I'm gonna start using this one to put on the fender liner to secure it in its place. So we'll start with the one in the inner because it's the hardest one to get in. Good. To prevent this screw from going through the fender liner again, because it's torn already, I'm gonna put a retainer clip to hold onto the fender liner and put the screw in. This fender liner extends all the way to the bottom of the car, so there's a few more clips that we need to put at the bottom of the car. So we're gonna move to that location. Here in front of the car, this fender liner has to tuck in underneath the front bumper. Otherwise, when you're driving and this catches speed, it's gonna separate from the car and open up. And this is gonna come loose again and push back and break off the retainer clips that we just put. So let's put this underneath the front bumper. Alright, since we're not in a lift and I'm in the ground, I won't be able to record and put clips at the same time. I'm just gonna point out where we're gonna put retainer clips and screws. So here's one. Here's another one. Then I don't know how this is connected. There's no hole in it. And here's three that require screws and one there at the bottom. So let me do this and I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, so I'm back. I put two retainer clips on this hole, a screw on this hole, and later a screw on this hole also. And I just want to take a note of this interesting design by Toyota. Now this side fender liner that goes all the way to the front has to be in between the front bumper and the bottom actual splash guard, because they didn't put a hole in it, so you just have to sandwich it in between to hold it in its place. And if you don't do that, it's gonna start moving around. So very interesting design by Toyota. So it's three pieces: the side fender liner, the bottom splash guard, and the front bumper. So just take a note of that, because it's very confusing if you don't analyze it. Double check your work and make sure that it's secured and it doesn't move around anymore, because we don't want that happening again and scaring the owner of this car. Alright, looks like it's very secure now. No more movement or rattling. Great. And that's how you reinstall a front passenger fender liner on a 2019 Toyota CHR. And I would like to apologize for the slightly bad quality of the videos today. I was trying to help out a friend's relative and do a video at the same time. But the good thing is we were able to help someone out. So this has been another episode of How to Helen. I hope this video helps you in the future. My name's Sarja, and thank you for watching. Hello and welcome to How to Helen, where you learn something different every day. Today is our travel/rescue mission. Although I can't disclose all the details, but we're using this Chevy Sonic rental car to pick up this Toyota CHR from Peekskill, New York, which is upstate New York, bringing it back to Queens, New York. So come with us with our troubles. Are you ready? So our first stop is returning the rental to Hertz, the rental place that we borrowed the car. Now, just a tip or suggestion, when you return the car, make sure you take pictures of it around the body to make sure that there's no dents or scratches that happen while it's in your possession. I'm gonna take a picture. Alright, so we're good.